Well, what is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk to you guys about the challenge, episode 7, entitled So Flippy Floppy. Who are we talking about? Well, apparently they're talking about Corey, but whatever. Let's get through this particular episode, which was made entertaining by Devin, who comes to challenge our people in the elimination. Let's start from the beginning. So last week, Big T beat Kaz. I'm not shocked. When Kaz came out, I was like, I don't understand what's happening here. Why are we considering her to come up and be a part of this process, you know, by beating a legend, a challenge champ? I mean, she won the challenge, so technically she is qualified, but like, what? And we saw what happened with that. Okay. Then we get the sexy, you know, white teeth, you know, Callum coming on narrating. Like, Callum got so much airplay this time, and you know that only means one thing: he's going home, or something's going to happen to him at the end. But Callum narrates that James and Mariah are boinking, Horacio and Nerese are almost boinking, you know, and then he has his boinker or boinky, Michelle. I still don't understand how they together, but you know, I'm not the only one, because some of y'all said it on the comments in the last video. Don't get it, don't see it, but Michelle is a lucky girl because Callum is fine divine wine. You know what I'm saying? Michelle looks like the everyday chick that works at Abercrombie and Fitch, you know, or Old Navy, you know, like one of those cashiers that come out from the back from break, you know, and you're like, excuse me, where's the fitting room? And she's like, I'm on break. You know what I'm saying? And she just walks past. That's who Michelle. That's who Michelle gives me, but whatever. Horacio is taking things extremely slow with Nerese, and I don't blame him. You know, Nerese gives me, you know, street girl. That's what Nerese gives me. She doesn't give me, you know, paralegal, and you know, she doesn't give me Rachel, you know, from Suits. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even give me Donna. She doesn't even give me Jessica from Suits. She gives me street girl. You know what I'm saying? Not like, I'm not saying like a hoe or something, but like, you know, street girl. Horacio gives me the kind of dude that needs to date a Rachel from Suits, the paralegal from Suits. That's Horacio gives me Mike Ross, right, from Suits. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't know if y'all watch Suits, but Suits is like an amazing show. And although it's not even continuing anymore, it's just an amazing show. I'm on like season 5. I've been just binge watching it, but I love Suits. But whatever. Corey is talking to Melissa about, you know, the guy's elimination, and he's worried. You know, him having this conversation with Melissa actually sets us up for what's going to happen with him and Melissa later on down the line. But they seem to be cool. Or are they not cool? Callum speaks to Emmanuel, and I'm like, why are these people getting airtime? Oh, they're going to be up for elimination. They have to be up for elimination. They have to be. And, you know, both guys are talking about, you know, they want to make the money or win the money for their families, their mamas and stuff. And I'm like, okay, great. The challenge is called Working Angles. And we have Team 1, Colleen, Jay, and Olivia. You know, Olivia swings to get across to the other side. She misses. She has to go back. She goes again, and Jay yanks her up. Jay is like a monkey on the freaking pyramids. And they, you know, seem to be doing well. You know, at first Colleen was a little, you know, wishy-washy with calling out the colors, but it is what it is. They completed. Team 2 was James, Melissa, and Emmanuel. James got jacked in the last water challenge that he participated in. His face looked like Martin Lawrence after he got out the ring. And I'm like, how did he hit? Like, well, they showed it. He was falling on somebody when he landed on I don't know, but his face looked jack. Isn't it amazing how like the human body is actually able to like get back together? Sidebar. Then we have Team 3. It's Colin, Zaza, and Michelle. Colin doesn't want to do bad in front of Michelle. I thought that was cute. They complete their thing. Team 4 is Asaf, Ed, Mariah, and Nerese. Mariah is worried about messing up her $13,000 nose job. And because she saw what happened to James in the water challenge, and I'm like, whatever. So she doesn't really do anything but sit there. And Nerese calls out the colors, and you know, they complete their challenge. Team 5 is Horacio, Kylan, and Big T. Big T is the caller outer, and you know, Kylan almost falls swinging across the thing, and Horacio does his thing. They did pretty well. Shout out to Big T for making it happen. Big T, I feel like, you know, she could be easily clowned because of her like bad wigs and like, you know, poor social game, but her experience that she's gained has positioned her to be winning. So shout out to Big T. Then we have Team 6, Corey, Berna, and Raven. The two women leave Corey on the opposite side, and Berna is unable to realize what she's doing with the puzzles, but either way, they fix it and they complete the thing. No one team was disqualified or failed, which was great. Team 5 wins, and they have to pick a guy immediately. Everyone's saying that Horatio hasn't been in power to pick a name, and he can't pick a name, and he, you know, sucks picking names. I mean, he didn't have any problem being the first one to call out Big T. So it is what it is. He's capable, but when it comes to the dudes, I guess he doesn't want to pick a name. They end up going with Emmanuel because Kylan feels like Emmanuel doesn't have any allegiance with anybody. But unbeknownst to Kylan, immediately when they say Emmanuel's name, we get all these post-confessionals about, ooh, that was a bad idea because Emmanuel is ooh. I'm like, when has Emmanuel been that important? And who is he that important to? And why are we thinking that Emmanuel is just this profound competitor that he can like beat all the guys? What? Like who? Like what? I would think that way. I would think that way about Horatio. I would think that way about Ed. I would think that way even about Jay before I think of Emmanuel that way. I'm like, I don't understand why we're giving Emmanuel, aka Dracula, so much. So we get to the club, you know, the same routine. And I don't know about y'all, but all of the men were looking real sexy when they went to go to the club. Like, this is a beautiful cast. It may not be an exciting cast for me to watch. Like, I'm not excited about really anyone. You know, I was originally excited about Corey, but then he started spazzing out. I am cool with Jay being in the game because I think that he deserves to win just overall. Ed is a fantastic, phenomenal human being, and he is sexy as hell, so I would love for him to win. And I'm cool with Horatio because I think Horatio deserves a win too. But other than that, what I name 4 dudes? Other than that, I mean, you know, I don't really care. There's no chick that I'm really rooting for like that. But those are the 4 guys that at this point, that I'm rooting for. You know, they go to the club. They all looking good. Callum is talking about not trusting Nerese. Again, Callum is getting his screen time. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, he going home. Something happening. He either going to be picked to go home. I don't know. Something's going down. But he's gotten way too, his white teeth has been on my screen this whole entire time. So something's about to happen with Callum. Ed has a little bonding thing with Big T and Melissa, but Ed doesn't really care about these women. And they're up there doing like fist bumps and stuff like that. I don't know. Ed is just being nice and communicating, but I'm just staring at Ed this whole time. And Melissa is a beautiful chick. She's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Ed and Melissa, whoo, fire. You know what I'm saying? Then we get Horatio begging Emmanuel to forgive him. And he's like, oh my God, please, I didn't mean to call your name. It was Kylan's idea. I'm like, oh my God, Horatio, is he really a punk? Oh, I want Kylan to win too. I want Kylan to win. I want Kylan to win too because he got snubbed in Big Brother. I want Kylan to win. Kylan is a G. And then next episode, he gets his eye busted open. See, this be the problem with the people in the challenge. Do we not learn from what happened to Olivia with regards to what we need to do to take care of these people that are helping y'all get these ratings or the lack thereof or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is Kylan's face busted out bleeding next week? I just don't. I don't understand it. Olivia says Corey is flip-floppy and that she wants to get rid of him. Corey asks Callum and Emmanuel what name is being said. No one says anything. Corey, do you really think people trust you? You know, if no one's communicating with you, they don't trust you. Right, Corey? Like, what's happening? I feel like Corey has been on the sidelines watching the seasons, and then he goes on the show, and then this is what happens. I love Corey. I think Corey is dope, but he's digging himself a hole. This whole nomination, deliberation thing was unnecessary. If you were really thinking about making sure your alliance knew where you stood, all you had to do was talk to them before this deliberation. That's it. That's all you had to do was talk to them before this deliberation. And you could explain the whole Melissa and Big T bullcrap before the deliberation. But you get out here and you out Big T and Melissa. Like, first of all, they're not threats. They were just thrown in. So why is your game contingent upon whether or not you speak to these people that are already going into elimination? It just doesn't make sense. And again, if you're really dead set on your alliance, you should have apologized to Aesop because he is in the alliance with Jay and them. You say Jay and Melissa are your number ones. Why did you not know that Asaf was a part of the alliance? Like, I don't understand what's happening with that dynamic. But just have a conversation with your alliance that you proclaiming to have their back. I just don't understand like that. None of that made sense to me at all. Aesop starts it off and he's like, Corey, I just want you to go in because you threw me in and that's what's going to happen. You know, Melissa's crying at the end of the deliberation. Big T is crying in a post-confessional. And then they show this clip of Corey having this open conversation with Big T about coming out or the concept of coming out or whatever. You know, Big T had this whole I'm a lesbian thing and they gave her like a cake, you know, with some leaves on it. I was like, all right, whatever. But then you have this conversation with them, but you call them out. Like you have this conversation with Asaf, but you call them out. Like, why would you think people would trust you if you're clearly having these conversations with these people, making it seem like you're down for them, and then you call them out? I just don't understand what was going on with Corey's mental in this game. You know? Either way, he looks foolish, even though Michelle thought that it was kind of courageous. Bullcrap. He looks foolish, but Kylan gives him a hug as they walk up the steps. You know, Nerese says Corey is saying all this and the alliance didn't know. Melissa calls Corey out because Corey's like, oh, I got to do this for my alliance. I got to do this for my alliance. Melissa's like, well, if you feel like you got to do this for your alliance, why is everyone in the house wanting you to go in the elimination? I was like, facts. This just didn't make sense. TJ asked Corey, why is he down there? And Corey comes up with this excuse about how he needs to prove himself and just make sure that his alliance or the people that he's rolling with understand where he stands. And then you see people up in the audience, you see the contestants shaking their head like, yeah, we get it now. Like, his alliance is foolish. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're loyal to each other, but like once they don't like you, they don't like you. You know? And I wouldn't ride with that. I just wouldn't ride with that at all. John, tell me why they bring Devin out. And immediately I'm entertained because I love Devin. I think Devin is super dope. But at the same time, I'm like, is he gonna win? You know, like he only won one challenge. He did 7 challenges, 3 finals, and won. And won the last one with Tori. Like, where are the ones that win these challenges by themselves? I'm just, you know. That just comes to mind. Like, but I like Devin. I think Devin is dope. He's beating a lot of people in eliminations, so he's dope. And if this is a mental comp, which it ends up being, you know, Devin is good on mental comps. And so I appreciate Devin coming because we get this whole thing of the chaos because he pulls out the mace. You know what I'm saying? With the spikes. And everybody's like, oh my God, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Oh my God. Ah! And, you know, we find out, TJ says, you get to pick anyone that you want to pick. The 2 down here or anyone up there, you get to pick anyone you want except for the 2 people that won. I'm like, oh, snap. This is dope. This is so dope. Devin ends up picking Callum out of nowhere. And I'm like, why? You know, he asked the people, like, who do you want me to pick? And, you know, a couple of people were saying Corey. And okay, Devin's like, yeah, well, he's down here already. I see that. But like, what about up here? And that's why I like Devin. That's exactly why I like Devin. I don't know if Corey and Devin speak or whatever, but Devin doesn't choose him and he chooses White Teeth. And so White Teeth has to change his clothes. You know, Michelle is mad. Like, really, Devin? Really? This is what you do? Devin didn't know. You told Michelle, did you tell him not to pick Callum? I don't know. Maybe I fast forwarded because I was fast forwarding and the show was get on my nerves. But anyways, you know, Devin says in the post-confessional, I didn't know that you were sleeping with the guy. I wouldn't have picked him. But anyways, Devin and Callum are neck and neck, but Devin ends up winning. He pulls it out. And I just loved how Devin was like, y'all need to step y'all game up, talking to the contestants. And then right before he leaves, he's like, Mariah is talking to Giant Man over there, and I think they banking. I think they boinking. And so he was like, I should have picked Giant Man because he definitely would have sent James home. Like, James would have got sent home. And he's like thinking about, you know, bananas and how Mariah's boinking Giant Man over there. So he's like, I should have just called Giant Man out. Anyways, I love Devin. I think Devin is dope. He brought the entertainment value to this particular episode because other than that, it was really stale. You know, I asked what did they need to do to like fix this show and to make it better. We definitely need to see a lot of the more dramatic situations that occur. You know, I think this show is overly edited and it just is frustrating because the formula is so boring now. It's just really, really boring now. But other than that, you know, it's nice to see the challenges and to see these vets come and kick ass, unlike Cass. Anyway, leave your comments below. Who are your top 3 people that you're rooting for? Because every week I feel like my top 3 changes. You know, I have a top 4. Jay, Horacio, Kyland, and Ed. I would love to see those 4 win, you know. I would like to see Corey make it far, but he's like, he's messing up his own game. He's like the Mel Raven for some reason. Anyway, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Deuces.